we'll continue the second chapter. Okay, we'll start with law of flotation. Law of flotation. Now, what do you mean by law of flotation? For example, say I have a beaker. What I do, I have a stone. I find the mass of this stone. So this is 100 gram. This is 100 gram. What will happen if I put this stone inside water? When I put this stone inside water, and now if I weight, I will find the weight of this using a spring balance. Do you think it will be 100 gram? Answer is no. It will be less. Let us assume it is 80 gram. So what is the loss in weight? Loss in weight is what? The actual weight, that is 100, and the weight, that is apparent weight. This is called as actual weight. Actual means the real weight. This is apparent. Apparent means what? We feel that its weight is 80 grams, but actually it is not. So 100 minus 80 will be 20 grams. So 20 gram is loss in weight. Why did that stone lose its weight? It is due to something called as buoyant force, which we studied last lecture. So how much is the buoyant force? Is 20 G. So the water is applying a force in upward direction, that is called as buoyant force. Now what will happen? What will happen if this is 100 gram, I put in water and my spring balance shows 0. The spring balance shows 0. Means what? The apparent weight is 0. Why it is 0? Because the buoyant force applied on the body is of 100 gram. So you will feel it is weightless. Okay, this happens when you draw water from the well. Now if you draw water from the well, it is very easy because water is helping. Imagine this is a bucket. But as soon as the bucket comes at this level, the weight increases. There will be pressure on your shoulder. Why? Because the weight is no more balanced by the water. Okay, so this is called as loss in weight, or what is the meaning of apparent weight? Apparent weight means the weight which we feel it is having. Actually, it is not. So what is law of flotation? In case of body floating, means if body is floating, it's completely floating, then the apparent weight will be 0. You will feel weightless. You will easily float. It means your buoyant force will be equal to your actual weight. That is law of flotation. Remember this, you have in 9th standard also. Same topic. So what is the law of flotation? When a body is floating, then the buoyant force is equal to the weight. So both weight and buoyant force is equal. So apparent weight is 0. What is the difference between weight and apparent weight? Weight is nothing but the gravitational force acting on the body. My weight is the gravitational force acting on my body. What is apparent weight? Apparent weight is nothing but actual weight minus buoyant force is my apparent weight. In my example, I said 100 minus 20. So 80 gram is my apparent weight. So when I take apparent weight, what comes in the picture? Buoyant force will come in the picture. Buoyant force will come in the picture. Okay, that is apparent weight. So if you are floating, if you are swimming, your apparent weight is 0. Why? Because your buoyant force is equal to the weight. So water is helping you to float. Hence it is 0. Clear? What is Archimedes' principle? Now, who is Archimedes? Archimedes is a scientist. One fine day, he was taking bath. Okay. So, what did we come to know? That even scientists take bath. Okay. One fine morning, he went and he was taking bath in a water tub. As soon as he went inside, he came out shouting. Okay. He went out of the room. He went out of his house on the road without wearing anything. There was nothing on his body. And he started shouting, Eureka, Eureka, Eureka. Eureka means, I found it, I found it, I found it. That is other story, that people found something else on his body. Okay, but Eureka means, I found it, I got it. So what did he find? As soon as he went inside water, the water came out. That was his discovery. Now actually you have been using this since birth. Example, there is a fat boy. There's a swimming pool. When he tries to go inside the water, what do we say? Andar mat ja, nahi to pani bahar aa jayega. Means what? You are actually using Archimedes principle. This principle was actually used by Thirsty Crow. What did he do? When he put pebbles inside the pot, the water level was rising. That is Archimedes principle. See what happens. So this is Eureka can. Eureka, it was named after Archimedes. When I put stone inside this, there will be buoyant force acting on the stone. And the water will come out. When you check the weight of this will be equal to buoyant force. So you can say, just now I wrote the same thing under laws of flotation. So this is an application of law of flotation. So when a body is fully or partially immersed in a fluid, it experiences an buoyant force, that is upward force, which is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced. So whatever water or whatever liquid has come out, that is equal to the buoyant force. This will be equal. This is called as Archimedes principle. It is an application of law of flotation. Clear? So if you put light object, small amount of water will come out. If you put heavy object, more water will come out. If more water is there, then the weight is also more. This is Archimedes principle. Statement is, when a body is fully or partially immersed in a fluid, it will experience an upward force, which is equal to the weight of the displaced liquid or fluid. Now there are few give reasons, like, why do we put helium in balloon? Second, if we come out from river water to sea water, what will happen? Okay. And there is loss in weight while swimming. Helium. Why do we put helium? Because helium is very light. If it is light, so the density is less, hence it will float. So we put helium. It will go to very high altitude. Previously hydrogen was used, but the problem with hydrogen is and what happens? Hydrogen is explosive. Hence we do not use hydrogen anymore. In all the hot air balloon, if you have seen hot air balloon, they use helium. It is very light, hence it floats. River water, sea water. What is the difference between river and sea? River water is fresh water, means no salt, and sea water will have dissolved salt. What is easier? Where if I float in river, if I'm swimming in river, and I'm swimming in sea, which is easier? It is easier to swim in sea water because it has salt in it. So the density is more. If you remember, I said BF is Varun Dhawan. Depends on Varun Dhawan. Varun Dhawan means what? Volume and density. If density is more, then buoyant force is more. So sea water, it is salty. Density is more. So it will lift the body. So it is easier to swim in sea water. There is a loss in weight while swimming because when we are in water, there is a force called as upthrust acting on our body. Hence, it is very easy to float. Yeah, so these are few of the give reasons that might come. So you have to write according to the explanation should be proper according to the theory which I have taught you. Like sometimes they will ask, it is easier to swim in sea water than river water, or when a ship comes from sea water to river water, it will sink. Because sea water, it is having salt, so density is more, buoyant force is more, so it can easily float. But as soon as the ship comes in river water, density is less, buoyant force is less, so chances are there that it will sink. Okay, so this is the give reasons. Now one small question we will do. Like a mass of a stone is 250 gram. When it was put in measuring cylinder, before it was put, its volume was 20 centimeter cube. After, when it was put, it was 70 centimeter cube. Find the density. Now, initial volume was 20, final volume was 70. What is density? Mass upon volume. Mass is 250 grams. What is the volume? Water was 20. When you put stone, it got rise to 70. So I can say 70 minus 20. So 250 gram upon 50 centimeter cube. 0, 0 cut. Answer will be 5 gram per centimeter cube. If they ask you to find this density in kg per meter cube, what you have to do? Simply multiply by 1000. So it will be 1000 kg per meter cube. Clear? So with this, we end the second chapter. Thank you.